Namaste, dear children. Welcome back to our history lesson Opposition to British rule in Karnataka. So, in our previous period, children, we have learnt about the opposition led by Hyder Ali against the British in our state. So, we have studied about two Anglo-Mysore wars. So, I have told you that four Anglo-Mysore wars took place. We have seen the years also in which those wars were fought. So let us remember them. Four Anglo-Mysore wars. First Anglo-Mysore was fought between 1767 to 1769, and second Anglo-Mysore war was fought between 1780 to 1784. In these two wars, Hyder Ali was there. He was the father of Tipu Sultan. So you have seen how Hyder Ali came to power and how he was powerful and he was successful in the first Anglo-Mysore war. Then in the second Anglo-Mysore war in the year 1782, because of ill health, Hyder Ali died. Then later Tipu Sultan continued the war. Then second Anglo-Mysore war came to an end by the Treaty of Mangaluru. So first Anglo-Mysore war, it was ended by the Treaty of Madras, and second Anglo-Mysore war came to an end by the Treaty of Mangaluru. Now, in our today's video class, we have to learn about the third Anglo-Mysore war, which was fought in between 1790 to 1792. Then the fourth Anglo-Mysore war, which was fought in the year 1799. So, before studying about the third and the fourth Anglo-Mysore war, let us first know something about Tipu Sultan. Okay, so Tipu Sultan was the son of Hyder Ali, you know that. Then he came to power after the death of his father Hyder Ali in the year 1782. See, from 1782 to 1799, Tipu Sultan. Okay, children. So Tipu Sultan, he ruled from 1782 to 1799. So in all these 17 years, you can see, in all these 17 years, Tipu Sultan, he fought, he made preparation to fight against the British, and he fought the wars with the British. He had understood the cunningness, the nature of cunningness of British, and he considered it as his duty to send British out of India. So he had understood that British were the main obstacle, okay, in his way to occupy supremacy over South India. So he made many agreements with the local rulers as well as with the foreigners, mainly with the French. He tried to make agreements so that he can defeat British in India. See, Tipu Sultan and Hyder Ali, they had understood that means with the help of traditional army they cannot defeat the British, and that is why they had given more importance for modernizing their army, and they were capable of using, the soldiers of Tipu Sultan and Hyder Ali were capable of using modern weapons. So this was speciality, and they also could do drills like the Europeans. Okay, drills ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದಿರಲ್ವಾ, ಈಗ ಏನು ಡ್ರಿಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಪರೇಡ್ ಥರದ್ದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ದಿಸ್ ಸೋಲ್ಜರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟಿಪ್ಪು ಸುಲ್ತಾನ್ ವರ್ able to do like the Europeans. And even Tipu Sultan and Hyder Ali used rockets, okay, rockets for the first time during the wars in India. So the credit of using rockets in wars in India goes to whom? This one, who? Tipu Sultan and his father Hyder Ali. Then these two rulers had understood that funds were also very important to wage the wars against the British. So Hyder Ali had observed how different rulers have become bankrupt. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ದಿವಾಳಿ ಆಗಿದ್ರು, ದಿವಾಳಿ ಆಗಿ ಯುದ್ಧ ಹೇಗೆ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರ ಕೈಲಿ ಹೇಳೋದನ್ನ ಹೈದರ್ ಅಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ದೇ ಟ್ರೈಡ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂಥನ್ ದೇಯರ್ ಇಕಾನಮಿ. So they tried to improve their economic status. They nationalized the crops like tobacco, and even they nationalized ಸ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ವುಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈಸೂರು ಅಂದರೆ ಮೈಸೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಗುಡಿ ಕೈಗಾರಿಕೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತಯಾರಾಗುವಂತಹ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಬೆಟರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಹೇಳೋದನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ದೆ ಟುಕ್ ದ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಚ್ ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ they can gain better market in Europe. So in all these ways they tried to improve their economic status. So in this way Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan's attempts were different from the others to fight against the British, and their efforts stand out compared to all the other kings or zamindars attempt against the British. Now children, let us come to the third Anglo-Mysore War. Okay, so it was led under the leadership of Tipu Sultan, because Hyder Ali had died in the year 1782 itself during the second Anglo-Mysore War. See here, third Anglo-Mysore War. Okay, third Anglo-Mysore War was fought from 1790 to 1792. What were the causes for the third Anglo-Mysore War then? So politics of Travancore, okay, was the main cause for the third Anglo-Mysore War. Here the king of Travancore, he built a fort in a place called Kochi in Tamil Nadu with the support of British, and even he occupied two places called Ayakotta and Kanganuru. These two places are located in Tamil Nadu only. In these two places, he occupied these two places, and those two places were belonging to the Dutch. Okay, so these were all means helping the king of Travancore. It was against the terms of Treaty of Mangalore. So the second Anglo-Mysore War had come to an end with this treaty, the Treaty of Mangalore. According to the terms of this Treaty of Mangalore, British could not do any such things. They could not help. Okay, they could not help the king of Travancore, but they had helped, and that is why it led to what, children? The third Anglo-Mysore War. So the main cause for third Anglo-Mysore War is politics of Travancore. Okay, now what were the courses and results? What happened? Course andre ಯುದ್ಧದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಆಯಿತು. So what were the courses and results of the third Anglo-Mysore War? So here, first of all, the British won these places, Karwar, Coimbatore and Dindigul. These places were won by the British. Later Tipu Sultan, he entered a region called Baramahal. Royatwari system was introduced in Baramahal, by Alexander Reed. You remember, right, children? So this Baramahal region, Tipu Sultan entered this region. He occupied Satyamangala, a place called Satyamangala. Then what happened? Tipu Sultan tried to occupy a place called Tiruchenapalli. Again, I would like to remind you a thing. Tiruchenapalli was the fort where Anwaruddin's son Muhammad Ali had hid himself. Okay, you remember, no children? So that Tiruchenapalli fort, so it was under the control of British. Tipu Sultan tried to occupy this Tiruchenapalli. It is again located in Tamil Nadu. He tried to occupy Tiruchenapalli, but he was failed in his attempt. So during that time, what happened? This great person, see here, the great Governor General of the British, okay, Lord Cornwallis, Okay, the person who introduced a permanent settlement system, permanent zamindari system in Bengal, the person who introduced a new post called superintendent of police. So that Lord Cornwallis became the Governor General of India and he became the leader of the English army. So his entry to the war, it changed the direction of the war itself. So British captured Kolar, then Hoskote, then Bengaluru. So they destroyed the fort of Bengaluru also. In this way, in the leadership of Lord Cornwallis, British occupied many regions. Then Lord Cornwallis made alliance with Marathas and Hyderabad Nizam, and with their support, the combined army occupied Savanuru, then Gajendragada, then Hubballi, then Lakshmishwar. In all these places were occupied by the combined army of the British, Marathas and Hyderabad Nizam. Okay. Then what happened? See, 4 places. Remember which are they? Savanuru. Next one is your Gajendragada. Next comes your Hubli. And last one is Lakshmishwar. Then afterwards, the combined army, again the combined army of Marathas, the British and Hyderabad Nizam, they attacked Srirangapattanam fort and they destroyed the fort. So that's what happened. This Tipu Sultan was about to be defeated by the combined army. That is why it became inevitable, means he had to be alive, no, to fight again against the British. He had to build his army again. He had to collect the funds. For all those purpose, he had to be live alive. Okay, he had to protect himself. He had to save his life, and that is why he entered a treaty called Treaty of Srirangapattanam. See here, Third Anglo-Mysore War came to an end by the Treaty of Srirangapattanam. Okay, so First Anglo-Mysore War, Treaty of Madras. Second Anglo-Mysore War, it was ended by the Treaty of Mangaluru. Now, the Third Anglo-Mysore War came to an end by the Treaty of Srirangapattanam. What were the terms of the Treaty of Srirangapattanam? See, this Tipu had to sign the humiliating treaty. It was humiliating. The terms of Treaty of Srirangapattanam, they were very much unfavorable for whom? Tipu Sultan. What were the terms then? See here, first one is Tipu had to give half of his kingdom to the British. So this is the first term. ಅರ್ಧ ರಾಜ್ಯವನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು. And Tipu had to give 3 crores rupees as war compensation. Okay, 3 crores. It is not a small amount at that time, right? So Tipu had to give 3 crores rupees as war compensation, and until he pays that much amount, he had to pledge 2 of his sons. See here, he had to pledge 2 of his sons as the guarantee for the amount. In this way, Tipu had to give half of his kingdom. He had to pay 3 crores rupees as war compensation. Until he could pay the amount, he had to pledge 2 of his sons as guarantee for the payment. Then last one is he had to release the war prisoners. Okay, ಯಾರ್ಯಾರನ್ನ ಅಂದರೆ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ, ಮರಾಠರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ, ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ನಿಜಾಮನ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರನ್ನ ಹಿಡಿದು, ಯಾವ್ಯಾವುದೋ ಕಮಾಂಡರ್ಸ್, ಸೇನಾಧಿಪತಿಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹಿಡಿದಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ವ, ಅವರನ್ನ ಜೈಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ವ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡುವಂತಹ ಸಂದರ್ಭ ಬಂತು. ಇಫ್ ಟಿಪ್ಪು ಅಗ್ರೀಡ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ದೆನ್ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ವೇರ್ ರೆಡಿ, ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದೇ had to withdraw their army from this Mysore. So in this way, the Third Anglo-Mysore War came to an end by the Treaty of Srirangapattanam. Okay, so after this, when 1792, Tipu, he took the defeat personally. He felt very sad for getting defeated in the Third Anglo-Mysore War. Tipu took the defeat personally and he made further attempts to collect the fund and to build the army again to defeat the British. See here, Tipu paid all the amount, okay, 3 crores of rupees he had to pay, no? He paid that. Later, what did he do? He he got back his sons. The sons with whom he had pledged, no? He got them released and he continued his attempt against the British. So, then what happened when 1799 came? At that time, British got very much angry about this Tippu Sultan. And this anger of the British led to what, children? Fourth Anglo-Mysore War. So let us know something about this Fourth Anglo-Mysore War now. See, Fourth Anglo-Mysore War took place in the year 1799. What were the causes for Fourth Anglo-Mysore War then? See, first of all, Tippu took the defeat of Third Anglo-Mysore War personally. He tried to make an alliance with the local rulers. ಅಂದರೆ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರ ಎನಿಮಿಗಳು ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹುಡುಕಿ ಅವರ ಸಹಾಯದಿಂದ ಆರ್ಮಿಯನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟ. ಯಾರು? ಟಿಪ್ಪು ಸುಲ್ತಾನ್. ಹಿ ಮೇಡ್ ಅಲೈನ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಲೋಕಲ್ ರೂಲರ್ಸ್. ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ at this time, who came to India as the Governor General? It was your Lord Wellesley, the person who introduced subsidiary alliance. Okay. So Lord Wellesley came to India as the Governor General. So what did Tippu do at this time? Not only he tried to make alliance with local rulers, ಬರೀ local rulers ಜೊತೆ ಸೈನ್ಯವನ್ನ ಕಟ್ಟೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಅಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದಿದ್ರೆ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರು ಸುಮ್ಮನಿರ್ತಿದ್ರೇನೋ. ಆದರೆ ಟಿಪ್ಪು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ದ ಅಂದರೆ, ಟಿಪ್ಪು he tried to get the help from the French. He requested the French to help him and also he sent an ambassador to France. ತನ್ನ ರಾಯಭಾರಿಯನ್ನ ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ this angered Lord Wellesley. Lord Wellesley became very angry and Lord Wellesley had understood that if the French help this Tippu Sultan, if the French helped Tippu Sultan, it was going to be very difficult for them to retain their power in India. That is why, what did Lord Wellesley do? He declared war against Tippu Sultan. In this way, what did he do? He declared before that what? When Tippu Sultan tried to get the help from French and when Tippu Sultan sent an ambassador, no? Lord Wellesley got angry and he forced Tippu Sultan to sign a humiliating treaty. See here. ಇದು ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಹ್ಯುಮಿಲಿಯೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರೀಟಿ ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿಯರಿ ಅಲೈನ್ಸ್. ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ವೆಲ್ಲೆಸ್ಲಿ ಇಂಡಿಯಾಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಮತ್ತು ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿಯರಿ ಅಲೈನ್ಸನ್ನು ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು 1798. ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತುಂಟಲ್ವ, ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ನಿಜಾಮ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿಯರಿ ಅಲೈನ್ಸ್. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಅದೇ ಟ್ರೀಟಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಆದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ Lord Wellesley forced Tippu Sultan to sign a humiliating treaty. Tippu Sultan refused that. When Tippu refused, Lord Wellesley attacked Srirangapattanam. So these were the causes. So let us revise the causes. First of all, Tippu Sultan made alliance with the local rulers. And at that time what happened? Lord Wellesley came. Tippu Sultan, he continued to make alliance and he requested the French to help him. He sent an ambassador to the court of France for asking the help. So British had understood that the alliance of French and Tippu Sultan would become costly for them, and that is why they forced Tippu Sultan to sign a humiliating treaty. Tippu rejected, and thus what happened? The Fourth Anglo-Mysore War started. So in this war what happened? It was very easy for the British because Tippu had become already little weak, no, compared to British. Tippu was weaker, right? So the combined army of the British Marathas and Hyderabad Nizam, they attacked the fort of Srirangapattanam. They attacked the fort of Srirangapattanam and they destroyed it. And in the war, what happened? Tipu Sultan died. Okay. So with the death of Tipu Sultan, British they felt so happy. They felt that as if they had one whole India. So that much were this Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan were threat to British. So after the death of Tipu Sultan, what happened? This Mysore kingdom, it was divided among, okay, it was divided among the British, then the Marathas and Hyderabad Nizam. Hyderabad Nizam had already accepted subsidiary alliance in 1798 ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಇದಿಷ್ಟನ್ನ ಮೈಸೂರು ಕಿಂಗ್ಡಮ್ ಅನ್ನ these three people they distributed among themselves, and a small portion of Mysore was given to the Wadayars, who were considered as the royal representatives of this Mysore kingdom. So Wadayars accepted subsidiary alliance after that. Okay, in this way Mysore kingdom became the victim of the British war thirstiness. So Mysore kingdom came under the control of British. See here, there is one question at the end of the textbook. The Fourth Anglo-Mysore War strengthened the portion of British in Mysore. Discuss. Okay. So the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War strengthened the position. The position of British in Mysore. Discuss. See, up to the completion of Fourth Anglo-Mysore War, Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan were a great threat for the British. No, when Tipu Sultan died, what happened? Mysore kingdom got divided. No, it was divided among Marathas, Hyderabad Nizam and British, and even a small portion was given to Wadayars. But Wadayars had accepted what, children? The subsidiary alliance. Thus what happened? The strong Mysore kingdom became weak, and thus what happened? The position of British in this Mysore region became powerful, strong at the end of the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War. So in our next video lesson, let us learn about the revolts of Kittur Rani Chennamma and Sangolli Rayanna, and also let us learn about Haligali revolt. Okay? Yes, thank you very much.